I'm Michael Fjetland, and this is Global American Values. You know, it's time for Americans to stop thinking about left versus right because, in all reality, it's really America against the world. Right now, China and Russia are teaming up to take us on a global basis while we're literally and figuratively shooting at each other and missing the whole point. We have certain issues that we can agree on as Americans, such as freedom, democracy, etc., correct? How about the fact that, when you're over a rusting 50, 70-year-old bridge, it doesn't matter whether you're liberal, conservative, green, Martian, or whatever, if it collapses under you, you're dead. And right now we have over 10,000 bridges like that in the United States. We are trying to basically run in a world Indy 500 with a Model T Ford from 1905 because I've ridden on bullet trains in Europe over 150 miles an hour. I've been on the Chinese maglev 265 miles per hour, smooth as silk. And yet I've been on American trains that at 60 miles an hour is kind of wilding back and forth, and you're afraid it's going to fall off the damn track because it's not up to standard. How do we lead the world when our infrastructure is falling apart, and a lot of it, pipelines are 50, 100 years old, bridges, same thing, highways are falling apart. This is infrastructure is not a liberal or conservative issue. It's an American issue that all of us should get on the same page about. Yeah, we can argue about, all these other side issues, abortion, trans kids, whatever. None of that will make us competitive in the world if we're asleep at the wheel like we have been and not upgrade our infrastructure that's been ignored for decades. Decades. We are that far behind. And on top of that, why, even if we put the money into new infrastructure, which needs, broadband, we need the education to support the skills of the 21st century. And the problem is our American kids don't have those skills. Kids or people in China and India do, but ours don't. So we need a major upgrade in our infrastructure of not only the hardware of bridges and roads and pipelines, but also our education, so that we got kids and young people and Americans who can do the high-tech skilled jobs of the future, which are now. And most of the Americans that apply for these jobs do not qualify for even training because they are so deficient in their education. So I say to you that all Americans, left, right, in the middle, should support the president's infrastructure plan that, we can talk about the details, but it has to be done. We can't compete against China. China's building bridges around the world. We're not even fixing our own rusting ones. Hello? And how do we lead a world in which we're never involved at all, right? That's why we have all the mass immigration from Central America. They've got hurricane damage. They've got failing crops from the heat. They can't make a living. You got corrupt governments. You got drug gangs saying, "I'll kill your kid if they don't join the gang." So they leave. Well, guess what? If we help them there, then there's fewer of them coming here. That's part of infrastructure too. I mean, you got to work all these issues. We can't just hide it behind our borders and pretend that we can keep the world away and everything will be great, right? No, that's not how the world works. We have to be engaged in it. We have to be a leader in it. We're the only democracy role model versus the authoritarian Chinese and Russians, who are not a role model for anything that we should be proud of. And put us on the map as true. We're going to lose the leadership that we've had for the past century if we don't make these changes. This is not a voluntary thing. And I really think America should lead the world, not fall behind, not be playing catch up, not being, playing checkers when everybody else is doing 3D chess. Joe Biden understands this. So let's get behind left and right, in the middle, infrastructure. Do it now. It will create millions of jobs. It will upgrade our technology. It will upgrade our nation. This is investment in us. And then we can really cement our leadership against foreign powers who don't really care for democracy at all into the 21st century. Michael Fjetland, stay tuned for more updates here on Global American Values. Thank you.